Purdue and Michigan State. We've got Michigan State 13.5-point home favorites, 48 the total in this one. Boy, of all the teams that disappointed, like just disappointment, I expected a lot better. Michigan State's right up there. That was pretty bad against Illinois, 38-16 last week. What happened to the defense there? They get carved up, 231 through the air from Altmaier. They give up almost 400 yards in that game. Aiden Childs was solid, but unfortunately at the end of the day, they settled a bit too much for and got stopped on downs and just could not finish drives well enough. They moved the ball, just could not finish drives enough against Illinois. Illinois did finish their drives on offense with points, and that really was the difference in that 38-16 win for Illinois in that game, no question. Disappointing, especially because I thought Michigan State coming off their bye week was really going to have a good effort. They didn't. That's now 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread. They now have to win out Michigan State to get bowl eligible, but they could still do it because they got Purdue here and they've got Rutgers at home next week. So those are two winnable games to get to 6-6 and to get bowl eligible for Jonathan Smith here in his first year. I almost laid it here with Michigan State, but Purdue's just so bad. 49-10 to Penn State, 45-0 Ohio State. Now, they were competitive a little bit against Northwestern, 26-20. But this is just a team that's been a horrific mess on defense. Hudson Card, not good enough, consistent enough on offense. All three quarterbacks played. Card, Brown, and Christian Gelov all played last week for Purdue. I know I don't want Purdue, but do I want to lay 13.5 with Michigan State now? This is a team in theory they could blow out. Finally, they get one that they could blow out, but I'm not sure I'm ready to get there yet with the Spartans laying almost 2 touchdowns. C-Mac, what do you think here?
Yeah, this game's got a little bit of some rain, a little bit of wind. 12, nothing crazy. So watch the weather here. I think Purdue is horrible. God damn, again. Did you see that the receiver catch the ball and they have the end zone painted like black, the same as their it's like awful. It's like, what is that guy doing? Holy shit. Michigan State last week. I liked Illinois, and they did kick their ass with that short number. This seems like a good bounce back spot here at home just against a shitty team. And then they have Rutgers at home to maybe win and get to a bowl game if they can. I think, even with the weather, it's not that I'm going crazy here, but I think you take Michigan State. I don't know what Purdue's proven at all. 1 second half against Illinois has been it. So if you like Michigan State, take them early. I'd first half here, nothing for them.
I think there's some truth to that. That might be the best way to approach it here. Yeah, that's a great shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way. MMA Locker Room, Kong's Clips, good to see you. Trans Canada, Old E, and Myron Kidd. That's a great point. That's horrific that game, any Purdue game, ends up on CBS in that Big Ten window at 3. What a fall from grace for Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. They go from SEC and Alabama and Georgia every week to Purdue football on a Saturday on CBS. What a fall for those guys. They're like, what happened to the good old days when we called the SEC games? They're yearning for those again. My gosh, yeah, that's a rough one for Gary D and for Brad Nessler there. They had to call a Purdue game for the maiden CBS game last week. Pretty bad.